going on, Jets fans? Welcome into the Jets Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, we got a lot of drama to talk about after the Jets lost the game in London yesterday, 13-11. Justin Fields put on one of the worst quarterback performances I have ever seen in the NFL. Apparently, players want them to turn to Tyrod Taylor. So we'll talk about that and then a whole lot more on today's show. But if you guys could hit that subscribe button today. It's a crazy time to be a New York Jets fan, and there's going to be a lot of news coming our way over the next couple of weeks. So if you guys could hit that sub button today, we're closing in here on 10.3 thousand subscribers. Just need 41 more people to hit that subscribe button. So if you guys want to stay on top of it all, go down there, hit that subscribe button today. All right, let's talk about the latest Jets drama, because obviously they're 0-6. They're by far the worst football team in the National Football League. I think they have the worst offense in the league, and they still, in my opinion, have a bottom 10 defense. So it obviously hasn't been going well. And yesterday, the biggest storyline following the game was that Justin Fields was just flat out horrible. And it led to this being released by Connor Hughes, saying this: several within the locker room have told SNY at varying points beginning in training camp they believe Tyrod Taylor, is their best quarterback, because Fields is undeniably a better athlete and can do much more as a runner. The sentiment was that that would lead to wins. They could accomplish more because Fields could conceivably do more. Now, I think that's interesting, because I think that's pretty much telling me that the Jets coaching staff thought that Justin Fields had a higher upside than Tyrod Taylor, where if Fields, if he figures it out, if he can somehow be a better pocket passer, yes, this ceiling of the Jets team would be a lot higher with Justin Fields. But I don't know how you can actually possibly start him next week, because it's not like this Jets roster. It's not like they're all young guys. There's no really proven players. I don't know how you can look at Garrett Wilson, Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, even Jamie Sherwood and be like, yeah, after that performance we just saw, we're still going to go with this guy. I would turn over to Tyrod Taylor, even though obviously the ceiling of the offense wouldn't reach, near the ceiling that Justin Fields would bring this offense to. But the floor is so much higher. It is night and day higher with Tyrod Taylor, because Justin Fields legitimately can't pass the football. It is 2025, and yesterday was one of the worst passing performances I have ever seen in my life. So I think you got to go to Tyrod Taylor. But Glenn, he's just laughing at the idea. This is what Aaron Glenn had to say, saying, what kind of question is that when asked if Justin Fields is the guy? There are guys that have bad games. That doesn't mean you just bench them. Come on. You know better than that. Well, Aaron Glenn, when you have the worst quarterback performance of the season, a benching should 100% be on the table. And why I'm kind of laughing at this is because Glenn last week was saying, I got no problem with the passing attack. I thought we really started to get it going late in these games. Glenn, that's because they were down by 2 scores. Teams were running just shell coverage on you, and you could just dink and dunk your way up the field. What was the problem yesterday is that actually your defense and your special teams did a fantastic job. Credit to those guys on both those phases, but there was no garbage time. So there's no just free gimmies for Justin Fields, and that's the result we had. The Jets offense, even though they're still top 10 in rushing, it is the worst offense in the league, because it is the most one-dimensional offense in the league because of Fields. And also, going back to that first part, I want to get this thought out there. When they talk about Fields being a dynamic athlete and all this, and he no doubt is, but that doesn't lead to him avoiding sacks. He has terrible feel in the pocket. He's just a straight line runner, and I hate throwing the joke about him being a running back, but that's kind of how he feels in the pocket. He's not like a guy where you see a guy like Baker Mayfield yesterday, who is nowhere near the athlete that Justin Fields is, but Baker's got good feel in the pocket. He can evade sacks. Fields, he just pisses down his leg once somebody gets an inch away from him. But also Connor Hughes, he added more context to actually how bad the offense has been, not only last week or yesterday, but this whole season. This is what he said. The Jets are the first team to start 0-6 while averaging less than 150 net yards passing per game, 144.2, since David Carr and the Texans did it in 2005, averaging 87.2. The Broncos defense held the Jets to 0 explosive plays. The first time an offense has gone without an explosive play in a game since week 11, 2021. It is that bad. This is horrible. It is not just Justin Fields had a bad game yesterday. He had a historically bad game yesterday. I don't know how you can just go back to him. I don't frankly understand this at all. And I wish Glenn I understand he's trying to protect his guys, but also you just have to hit the nail on the head here. Just say, like, yeah, Justin Fields restricts us from having any sort of passing game. Just call it like it is. I understand Fields is a great dude. He is so easy to root for. That's why he has almost this cult-esque following around him. But just call it like it is. He stinks. He's a backup quarterback. I don't even know if he's a top 40 quarterback on the planet right now, and that's your starter, especially when you have a guy like Tyrod, who is a better natural player of the quarterback position compared to Justin Fields. And honestly, waking up this morning, going back and just rewatching the game and just kind of collecting my thoughts a little more. Aaron Glenn and Tanner Engstrad, there is no doubt both those guys were absolutely just horrible yesterday. But Justin Fields is the biggest reason why he lost that game. I mean, he was missing wide open receivers. I mean, even the 3rd and 8 throw before the 4th and 8, debacle at the end of the game. Justin Fields threw that ball 2 seconds too late. And I understand people are saying, oh, well, he got beat up yesterday. The Jets offensive line, they allowed 9 sacks. All of those sacks were pretty much on Justin Fields except for one. Check this out. Sack number 1, he had 7.7 seconds to throw the ball. 4.8 on sack number 2. 3.8, 3.6, 3.4, 3.3, 2.1. That's probably the only one. That's when a blitzer came in free. 2.9, then 4.4. So that's an average of 3.95 seconds per sack. That is absolutely horrible. Normally, you have a 2.5-second clock in your head if you are a quarterback, and Justin Fields just, refuses to just get the ball out quicker. And also, add some context here, Caleb Williams, right now this season, has the longest average time to throw at 3.05 seconds for the season. And the median average in the NFL is 2.65. Justin Fields taking those 9 sacks, it is not at all on the offensive line. That is on Justin Fields. And what is so frustrating dating back to this offseason, obviously, hindsight, it's better, or it's easier to look back on it and say, like, oh, that was a bad contract. But Justin Fields' contract is, I think, one of the worst in the National Football League, if not the worst. You gave this guy a 2-year, $40 million deal. You gave him $30 million guaranteed. This guy got benched last season. The Pittsburgh Steelers had no interest in bringing him back, and he went 4-2 there. That should kind of speak to just, one, a well-run organization like the Steelers compared to the New York Jets. It's night and day. They saw Justin Fields go 4-2. They benched him midseason, and then even once they figured out, oh, Russell Wilson's not the guy, they had no interest in bringing him back. They actually went out and got your former quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. So he signed a 2-year, $40 million deal. All of these quarterbacks are better than him. Mac Jones signed 2 for $8. He's better than Justin Fields. It's not even close. Daniel Jones, not even close. Aaron Rodgers, not even close. Even Jacoby Brissett looked better and showed more in starting one game yesterday for the Arizona Cardinals than Fields has showed all year. Marcus Mariota, he's looked better than Justin Fields. The fact that you gave him a 2-year, $40 million contract, he has a $23 million dead cap hit this upcoming season, or this next season. So you can't cut him. You are pretty much going to have to say Justin Fields will be the guy next season. And I don't know how you look these guys in the locker room and actually roll him out there, not only just next week, but next season. I don't understand it. But what say you on this one? Is Justin Fields the worst starting quarterback in the NFL? Give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no. I mean, I think this is honestly on me. This is probably a stupid question to ask. He is undisputedly the worst quarterback in the NFL. That is starting. It is, frankly, not even close. I don't even know if he's a top 40 quarterback in the league. He was that bad yesterday. But you guys let me know your thoughts. Is Fields the worst starting quarterback in the NFL? Now, I do want to get to this Garrett Wilson quote. I just feel bad for Garrett. He was talking about the play at the end of the half where the Jets just kind of ran it out, and this is what he had to say, saying, we got to have that nothing to lose mentality. It's got to be obvious. We're out there as players, and it's like, let's go. I feel like y'all should see that. The fans, the media, y'all should be able to see we're playing like we have nothing to lose. I don't think that was there today. We're 0-6, man. Like, why? I feel awful for Garrett Wilson. I mean, he has had, out of any superstar wide receiver, he has had the worst quarterback play by far. By far. And this guy, he is right. The Jets should be playing with nothing to lose. But they're still going run, pass. Like, they treat themselves like it's almost like an arrogant play calling by Engstrad where they're just like, oh, yeah, we act like we're a 4-2 team. We're going to play ball control. Be aggressive. Like, do something differently. Like, it is just too vanilla, and they play like they're almost better than they are. Like, you are an 0-6 team. You got nothing to lose. Trick plays, taking shots, do the whole nine. Make that superstar wide receiver happy, or else he's going to ask out. And can you really blame him? Like, if we get a notification, Garrett Wilson requests a trade, I'm like, you know what? I don't blame Garrett Wilson whatsoever because he is a superstar receiver. He is in the prime of his career. He deserves better. And also with the NFL trade deadline coming up on November 4th, I fully believe this. The Jets should trade everybody they can because clearly this is not working out. Like, I'm even talking about guys like Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner. Just try to accumulate draft capital because when the Jets finally turn this around, those guys aren't going to be in their prime anymore. You could get a lot of draft capital here. You should try to trade all these guys. Breece Hall, I mean, he should be on the next flight out. You should try to get a fifth, even a sixth-round pick for Breece Hall because this team is nowhere near close to even competing to win games. You should try to trade everybody. But I do want to highlight these next 3 games because this is a very important time for specifically Aaron Glenn. You got the Panthers at home this week. For some reason, the bookmakers out west have the Jets as a 2-point favorite. And then you're in Cincinnati. That will probably be a pick 'em. Then you got the Browns at home. You're probably favored in that game as well. If the Jets, if they don't win either of these 3 games, Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji should be fired midseason. Because you look at the contracts, I like the trades Muji has pulled off, like getting Juwan Briggs, Harrison Phillips, Brownlee Jr., like those are solid trades, but those are necessarily just margin moves. Him giving Justin Fields a 2-year, $40 million contract is horrible. Him giving Brandon Stevens a 3 for $36 million contract, that is absolutely horrible. If you lose these next 3 games, I just say you clean house. And what is so concerning, it is not like the Jets have this incredibly young roster where, they got a bunch of young guys and they're just trying to develop and they're trying to get right. Like, no, Sauce Gardner's in his prime. Garrett Wilson's in his prime. Quinnen Williams is in his prime. Most of these offensive linemen, besides Fashanu and Membu, they're entering their prime. And it's also, like, I understand the Jets have had some injuries this season, but it's not like compared to, like, a team like the San Francisco 49ers, like the Minnesota Vikings, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, all those teams are still incredibly beat up, but they're still winning football games. Like, this Jets roster is just not good enough. And what's also even more concerning, how can you even draft a quarterback next season? Like, I would feel so bad if they take, for example, Mendoza with the number 1 overall pick. Are you going to play him week 1? Absolutely not. You shouldn't, or else it's just going to be a same situation like Sam Darnold, like Geno Smith, like Zach Wilson, where I'm not saying obviously Zach Wilson's a good quarterback, but the Jets didn't support him at all. Like, you cannot just throw a rookie quarterback into the fire here. And I also fully believe 0-17, if you don't win these next 3 games, it is 100% on the table that the Jets, set a record here. So I'll ask you guys this. What are the chances the Jets go 0-17? Scale it for me 1 through 100 down below. I'd still probably put this as like a 7% chance, maybe even if that, like a 5% chance. I mean, it's hard to go 0-17, but yesterday was a game you should have walked into a win with how bad the Broncos played. I mean, the Denver Broncos, if you ask them, grade their performance yesterday, they're probably saying a D-, and they won a football game. That's how bad the Jets are right now. But we'll get on out of here. See you guys next time. Go Jets.